Hey, what's up? Previously on this channel, we made stiff sourdough starter in order to achieve less sour bread with probably more oven spring. If you haven't watched that, go and check it out later. But today, we are going to make extra sour sourdough bread. It's not my favorite, but many people love it, especially in US. So let's make it, shall we? This is my normal sourdough starter. It's been into the fridge for 3 to 4 days. Let's feed it. In order to achieve more sour starter, I'm going to use a mix of whole wheat and bread flour. I'm going to let it rise at very high temperature. So I put it inside the oven with the light on and another extra cup of boiling water beside that. As you can see, the temperature is so high. In such a hot atmosphere, the starter should be ready to use after just 1.5 hours. But I'm going to let it be there for 2 to 3 hours or until it gets acidic. And of course, tastes more sour. But if you want less sour bread, use your starter right after its peak. I'm not finished yet. I'm gonna transfer this bad boy into the fridge for an overnight rest, hopefully even to achieve more sourness. The next beautiful morning, thanks to rain, there is no construction. And this is another starter still rising in the fridge after 48 hours. I don't lie to you. Do you see the temperature? Let's talk about flour. I'm going to use a mix of bread, whole wheat and rye flour. In a medium-sized bowl, I'm going to add 7 grams salt. We have 235 to 40 gram water because low hydration sourdough bread tends to be more sour. 60 grams of our starter. I'm going to use a bit less starter to let it ferment for longer time. And last but not least, 350 grams flour. Mix everything together. And now, as you know, I'm going to let it rest for 30 minutes. So, we have lower hydration dough with less sourdough starter, a mix of bread, rye, and whole wheat flour. Let's see the rest of the process. 30 minutes later, I'm going to slightly wet up the surface, bring the dough on the surface, few slap and fold, and I'm going to round it up with the help of the surface to create a little bit more tension. Like so, the magic happened and I have a smooth dough like this, which not gonna stick to my hands. Into the bowl, let it rest for another hour. 1 hour later, again, bring the dough on the surface, go under the dough and gently spread the dough as much as you can. This technique called lamination. Of course, without tearing it. Now fold it, and fold it on itself. Now flip it and with the help of the surface, round it up one more time. Beautiful. Again into the bowl, cover it up and let it rest for another hour. We have lots of beautiful bubbles and fermentation here. And I'm going to give this bad boy a set of coilful. And that's it. I'm going to let it finish its ball fermentation at very high temperature again. Not this temperature. I've been baking bread in my oven. Best place would be the top of my oven. Of course, bulk fermentation at higher temperature make it even more sour. Again, you can wet up or oil up the counter, bring the dough on the counter, and I'm gonna round it up with the help of the surface to create a little bit more tension. But this time, be more gentle. And of course, bulk fermentation at higher temperature takes 10 to 15 minutes faster than usual. Now I'm gonna let it sit on the counter for 15 to 20 minutes uncovered, then I'm gonna shape it. Lastly, I'm gonna let this bad boy to cold proof for longer time. Something like 24 hours or maybe 48 hours. And the next beautiful afternoon this time, after about 24 to 25 hours of cold proofing, scoring time. Which not always perfect. Bake at 230 degrees Celsius with lots of steam for 20 minutes. Then remove the steam and let's take a look at my oven adjustment. I have one upside down tray and another baking steel. The first 20 minutes I bake my bread with lots of steam on lower rack. Like so, I kind of cover the dough, trap more steam to achieve more oven spring. And now transfer it to the upper rack and bake for another 20 to 25 minutes at 215 degrees Celsius. And voila! Gorgeous, right? That's what I'm talking about. And now the moment of truth. Let me see all of those effort worth it or not. Smells a bit different though. I can say a bit different than what I expected. Of course, it is more sour than my normal sourdough bread, which I quite satisfied, but I don't know, it's not super sour. Let me act a bit. That's all I can get. What do you think? If you know any method to achieve an extra sour sourdough bread, share with me. Like always, keep baking and take a good care of yourself.